My name's Sarge, and this is my 2025 room tour, desk setup. Yeah. My name's Sarge, and I've been making tech videos for the last 3 years, predominantly on short form, but today I thought I'd show you a full extensive view on the setup. For the camera, I use the Sony ZV-E1 with the Tamron 20-40mm f2.8 lens. This camera setup is a killer combo, and it makes small environments like this seem a lot bigger than they are. I record all my B-roll with it, and it makes everything look so dreamy and so aesthetic. I love it. The one bad thing about the Sony ZV-E1 is that it runs hot and it will overheat. So to ensure that I have no overheating messages, I've got the small rig fan on this one. And the camera setup is all hooked up to the Joby ball head on this generic desk mount. I think I found it on Amazon. And in front of that we have my M1 MacBook Air. Now I used to use this as the daily driver and to edit my videos, but now it just sits as a note-taking laptop, and most of my editing is done on my computer. Next up, we've got the Rode PodMic, which is my main microphone that I speak into, and this is running to the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface. This is the 4th generation model, so it means that the XLR inputs are on the back, so it makes everything look nice and neat and cable managed well-ish, kind of. And holding up the microphone, we've got the iXTech Low Pro microphone arm. I got it because it was cheap, and it worked, and it holds up my microphone, and that's all it needs to do. And it does that. Plus I can cable manage really well with it. Now over to the peripherals. For our main monitor, we run the Gigabyte M27Q. This is a 1440p monitor running at 170Hz refresh rate with a 0.5 millisecond response time. It's also an IPS panel, so viewing angles are very good on this one. And we rock a stacked setup. So our top monitor is a 24-inch HP 1080p monitor, also IPS, also 144Hz, also unnecessary for a secondary monitor. You only need a 60Hz panel. But also is a Facebook Marketplace find, and I got it for like $80. These are both being held up together through a stacked vertical arm. I got it off Amazon. It was a random name one, so don't come at me in the comments. And next to those, we got the Logitech Z150 speakers. These were like the cheapest speakers that I could buy that weren't terrible. I got them because very, very rarely will I ever use desk speakers, but on the occasions that I want to show my friends something, that's when I use them. I don't ever listen to like music or anything with them because I've got proper speakers in the back, but hey, now we've got these ones and they work. When it comes to keyboard, I actually run 2 different keyboards. The keyboard that I'm currently using at the moment is the Epomaker AJazz AK820 Pro. Yeah, I remember that. It's a 10 keyless keyboard that also features a volume dial and a small LED screen. And I reckon this is arguably one of the best value for money keyboards that you can buy at this point in time. And my second keyboard was actually a keyboard sent out to me by High Ground. This is the Basecamp 65 keyboard with the white Snowstone keycaps. This one is actually my go-to for gaming when it comes to COD, Fortnite, Apex, and pretty much everything. I just like the way the keycaps hold my fingers more than the Epomaker does, but I guess that's just me being used to it for about 2 years. For the mouse, we run the Logitech G309. This was a gift from my friend Jack. Before this, I was running the Logitech G305, and I thought that was even a good value for money mouse. But now I think that's just a boomer mindset, and you can get some great options. Even just going to the 309 from the 305 was a huge step up. And both of these are set up on top of the Topographic mousepad by Playmax. Nothing too crazy to write home about. It's a Topographic mousepad. Print quality's pretty decent, stitching's pretty decent, and it comes at a decent price. Decent. And in front of that, we've got a macro pad being the Stream Deck Neo. And what I didn't realize at first glance is that they've got 2 touch buttons at the bottom so that you can flick between pages instead of having to map one of the buttons to a page flick. That's just smart thinking. I didn't even realize that until one day I accidentally clicked it and it moved. And then we've got this little repo guy. I've been addicted to this game and my brother has a 3D printer. Enough said. To the right of this, we've got the Switch OLED. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but going from a regular Switch to a Switch OLED, if you play in handheld, is a crazy jump. I cannot unsee how deep those blacks are and how vibrant those colors are. Look, I'm going to get a Switch 2, but I'm not happy that it won't be OLED. But also from what I've seen on the reviews is that the OLED might not matter and the actual panel on the Switch 2 just looks great as it is, but only time will tell. Subscribe so that we could do a review for that when it comes out, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then we've got the beast that powers it all. This is the Lenovo Legion T7. This is a pre-built computer, yes. All right, don't flame me in the comments. It was on a great sale. I know how to build a computer. I built my past computer. This one was just more convenient. Okay, are we cool? Are we cool? This one's rocking the Intel Core i9-14900KF with an RTX 4080 Super and 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. It will be fine for as long as I don't break it. I've had this for about a month and a half now and I've thrown everything at it. Editing heaps of 4K files, gaming, streaming, everything I've thrown at it, it's handled it like an absolute champion. And all of this sits on top of the, I can't pronounce this right, the Lag Captain 2-meter wide desk from IKEA. And then this is what all of you guys see. And I think it's time to go in depth with that. Starting off with the shelf, this is a 4x4 cube shelf that I bought at Bunnings with a couple of drawers to go with it. And on top we've got the PS5 Slim 30th Anniversary Edition console. It's never been touched, it's never been opened. Not because I am a hoarder or a scalper, I am a collector. This will eventually be opened, probably when GTA 6 comes out. Every other game I've just played on my PC, I haven't had a need to open it yet, but also I didn't want to miss out on it. And then we've got a bunch of little knickknacks on here like metal motorbikes and a dog and a plant and a globe. We also keep the high ground keyboard back here, but I mean this switches out between the Epo Maker as well. Whatever keyboard I'm not using usually ends up on display on the shelf. And then we've got the peace LED sign. We did have a smiley face up there for a while, and then it broke when I was cleaning. And then we put the peace sign back up. We've also got a bunch of my WWE championships because I've grown up watching wrestling. I can't believe John Cena won at WrestleMania. That's actually crazy. And then we've also got one IKEA lamp on this one. This is the Forza, and it's using some cheap Wi-Fi light bulb that I also bought off Amazon before I could afford a real name brand one. Yeah. And then lastly, this is a part that I don't really show. We've got my record shelf. I actually can't remember where I got this shelf from. I feel like that's the theme of this. Everything that I do remember, I'll put in the description of the video. But set on top of it is the Jam bookshelf speakers. For a brand that's relatively low quality in terms of speakers for record players, this is really good. For the record player itself, I'm running the Audio-Technica AT-LP60X. And down the bottom, we've got slots for all of my vinyls. I didn't realize I had this many until I started making the video. And with that being said, I think that's it. If you like the video, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Anything that I did remember to put in the description in terms of the items, that will be there. And if I missed anything, leave a comment and I will try answer all of them. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.